Hey guys, I'm going to try to do my best to show you the brain kind of with one hand here. But this is sort of the front of the brain. This is actually called your frontal lobe. And on top, sort of a little and backward, would be your parietal lobe, right? So frontal, parietal lobe. And if we turn this sucker around, we have our occipital lobe back here. And the side of the brain are going to be your temporal, right? So we have frontal, parietal, occipital, and temporal, right? So again, hopefully I get everything in the frame. Frontal, parietal, occipital, temporal. Okay, and so you may ask yourself, well, where is the frontal lobe and where is the parietal lobe? Well, it just so happens that there is this sulcus called the central sulcus, which divides the frontal and the parietal. So everything here is going to be frontal. Everything from here to here would be, this would be your parietal region here. And this is going to be your precentral gyrus, and this would be your postcentral gyrus, right? So precentral gyrus, central sulcus, postcentral gyrus. You see? You can see that arrow here, number 5, kind of pointing to this large sulcus there, right? I always kind of think of it as like the border between Illinois and Wisconsin, kind of, right? Where one part would be one state and the other part would be the other state. Okay? The other one is going to be called the transverse fissure. So the transverse fissure is actually here. It's going to be between the occipital lobe and the cerebellum here, right? And then you have the longitudinal fissure, and the longitudinal fissure is actually going to be right here. So I don't know if you can see that, the longitudinal fissure. And really, the longitudinal fissure is really this fissure that kind of separates, it doesn't really necessarily separate, but this sort of separates the left and the right halves of the brain here. So the rest of this stuff, so let's kind of open this sucker up. So I'm going to kind of open this up and kind of show it to you this way. And so it's a little bit complicated. Oops, let's kind of get this thing here. But hopefully you can orient yourself that this would be your frontal lobe, your parietal lobe, and your occipital lobe. This structure here was going to be your cerebellum. And do you see that like white design in here? I don't know if I can kind of zoom in and you can kind of see that right there. This structure here, that's actually going to be called your arbor vitae. So they thought it looked like the tree of life when they saw it. This structure here in white is going to be your corpus callosum. And this corpus callosum is actually going to allow for the two hemispheres to be connected here. So you have the corpus callosum here. Down here you have the pituitary gland. It kind of hangs down. And then you have the mammillary body, right? So, but let's kind of go back here, right? So corpus callosum, this is going to be the thalamus. You can see the intermediate mass of the thalamus here. So this structure here is the thalamus. Below the thalamus would be here, number 21, the hypothalamus, and then from the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland, and then in the back of there, mammillary. So thalamus, hypothalamus, pituitary, mammillary, right? So hopefully you guys got that. I'll say it one more time. Thalamus, hypothalamus, pituitary, mammillary gland here, or mammillary body rather. So this structure here from here to here is sort of the brain stem, and up here would be the midbrain. And do you see where it kind of bulges out like this? This is called the pons, and sometimes I call it like the pregnant pons, like it's pregnant. But what's cool about that is that where it becomes pregnant, above that, anything above the bump is going to be the midbrain. Anything below the bump is going to be the medulla, right? So midbrain, pons, medulla. And obviously this is called the medulla oblongata, but if you put medulla, that's fine, right? So midbrain at the top, pons, medulla. Some other structures here, do you see this little bump here? And I'll kind of zoom in just a little bit. I don't know if you can see. So you have bump here for 31. This is going to be the corpora quadrigemina. So it's going to be 4 quadrigemina because if you had 1, 2, but if you had 2 brains, they're going to be 4. And right on top of this, number 23, this is going to be the pineal gland. So pineal gland, corpora quadrigemina, and this is going to be the cerebral aqueduct. So you can kind of see that. And what's cool about this is that this is going to go right into the middle of the spinal cord. And if you look here, this is going to be your fourth ventricle right here, which is going to be E right there. All right. So the other structure here that you can see here, so you can see in Roman numeral 1 or 8, and I'll kind of juggle my everything here. And if you look here, this structure here is going to be the olfactory nerve, right? And then 2 here is going to be your this is going to be olfactory, and then number 2 is going to be optic, right? So just kind of keep that in mind there. Okay. The other thing too. So if you look on this brain, you're probably going to see, and this is actually kind of cool because I kind of zoom in. You're going to see sort of how it is sort of the creases. So those creases are actually going to be called